America's gun dealers say the Obama administration is quietly trying to drive them out of business, legal business. It's a story you'll hear only tonight on the Kelly File, just ahead. All right, now to a story not getting a whole lot of attention, despite the fact that it is causing a lot of concern for some Second Amendment supporters. A growing number of gun dealers are starting to feel the pinch from a quiet effort, they say, to cut off their financing and to choke off their ability to do business. Katie Pavlich is a Fox News contributor and news editor for townhall.com. All right, Katie, what is this all about?
So there's two issues at hand here. The first is that payment processors like PayPal or Apple Square or Stripe are refusing through their company policies to process transactions that have to do with firearms, ammunition, firearms parts. That's one issue. The other issue comes from the federal government on the Department of Justice side, who has implemented regulations to essentially bully big banks like Chase or JP Morgan, for example, into not doing business with lawfully put in place businesses. And the reason is because through regulation, the Department of Justice has issued subpoenas to banks to take a look at the categories that they're doing business with in terms of, child pornography or other, salacious categories. But the problem is that the Department of Justice has put ammunition, firearms, and firearms accessories onto the high-risk list. And so firearms dealerships now who have been doing business with these banks or with these payment processing companies for a very long time are seeing their accounts being frozen. They're seeing their transactions cut off without any warning. And so it's a real problem when it comes to these small businesses, which a lot of them are family-owned, when they don't have access to their money and their businesses get stalled.
Well, it's interesting that there's at least one business, transnational, that's coming forward to say, listen, we're happy to take on this business, and they note that firearms, that business is one of the most regulated, tracked, monitored businesses in the United States anyway.
Yeah, absolutely. So the transnational, the company that you just mentioned, has stepped up to the plate and said, look, if these other businesses, they're private entities, PayPal, Stripe, Square, they're all private businesses. They can do what they want. If they don't want to process those payments, they don't have to. Other businesses can step in. That's the beauty of the free market. The problem comes when the Department of Justice, on the other hand, is bullying these other banks and other companies into making sure they're not doing business with who they call high-risk businesses, firearms, ammunition. And the issue is on the table with Congress. They looked at it last year. I'm sure that the Republican-controlled Congress now with the Oversight Committee will certainly take a look at this moving forward. It's been on the table for a while, but there are serious questions about DOJ officials who are unelected implementing regulations that directly impact people's Second Amendment rights by getting in the middle of lawful commerce by making these statements about it being somehow high risk.
Yeah, and certainly no law-abiding business wants to be lumped in with child pornography. Katie, thank you very much. Good to see you.
Thank you.
All right.